We witness technological advances everywhere. Whether it's with our cell phones, computers, household appliances, or television, we are familiar with how technology is changing the way our world operates. Not only are these advances in technology limited to popular consumer goods, they have become distinctly evident within farms as traditional farming practices have integrated new technological processes to enhance livestock significantly. Although these progressions in technology have enabled our world to operate more efficiently, there are several downsides to implementing this new automation. This video will deliberate on the beneficial and negative impacts of incorporating new forms of technology in current farming practices domestically and internationally. The concerns associated with implementing technology within farms include of how the increase in automation can instigate job loss as less human labor is required. What are the long-term effects of generating and consuming genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs, and how might low-finance farms compete with higher volume farms who have access to this superior automation? Given that applying new forms of automation to farms can increase farmers' revenue and enhance food production considerably, it stimulates economic growth for economies, therefore demonstrating how this issue correlates to economics. Before farms evolved to what they are today, former farming practices relied heavily on animal-drawn equipment and human labor in order to complete fieldwork and generate revenue. Providing that farms previously were smaller and did not have access to valuable technology, the average farmer in the 1940s could only feed up to 19 people due to the scarcity of crops. Through integrating technology and present-day farming practices, it has enabled farmers to utilize tractors and other motorized equipment in order to grow more food at a rapid pace, feeding over 155 individuals per farmer. To further enhance livestock, farmers also partake in farming procedures such as factory farming and cultivating GMOs. Each procedure reduced costs for farmers, enhanced food production, and has increased farmer profits up to 25%, though it harms livestock to a great degree. A procedure, like factory farming, involves cultivating livestock through confining animals such as pigs, chicken, or cattle in small spaces with torturous living conditions. Although this procedure is appalling, farmers partake in it to maximize output and minimize costs, though it kills over 10 billion animals each year. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are organisms whose genetic material has been artificially manipulated through a process known as genetic engineering. Although GMOs reduce farming costs for farmers to a great extent, genetic modification can initiate serious health issues for animals and humans when consumed. For instance, transgenic pigs that were inserted with a growth hormone were found to be partially blind and infertile. If a human were to consume this pig with the injected hormones, there is a chance of that human obtaining a disease or a serious infection. Through the use of new automation, nurturing GMOs, and partaking in factory farming, the average net income per farm increased from $80,000 in 2003 to $178,601 in 2012, justifying why farmers partake in these farming practices. Although implementing automation has resulted in higher food production and revenue for farms, there are numerous concerns surrounding the long-term effects of the increase in technology on biodiversity and individuals. Based on what has been said, the main issue of controversy is what are the costs and benefits of adopting this new technology in current farming practices. Some of the benefits of implementing this new technology include: farmers can now tackle issues of scarcity and provide quality foods for communities that do not have access to new automation. Nurturing GMOs enables farmers to require less pesticides to manage infestations, thus decreasing farming costs. Farmers can further comprehend the DNA of plants and animals, enabling them to establish living conditions that can enhance livestock to a great degree. Farmers can utilize this new technology to grow foods in areas and in climates the food does not commonly grow in. In addition to the several pros of implementing new technology and farming practices, there are various drawbacks associated with the issue as well. Some of these include: with integrating technology and farming practices, it reduces the amount of human labor that is involved in traditional farming practices. What will happen to these unemployed individuals? Smaller farms will not be able to afford implementing this new automation in their farming practices. How will they manage to compete against farms who have access to this technology? To increase their growth, animals and plants are injected or sprayed with artificial hormones. Is this healthy for humans to be consuming in their food? A process like monoculture can increase the number of plant pathogens and diseases as soil is reused without planting different crops. Farmers then use fertilizers to kill the infestations which can harm the nearby environment if spread by rainwater. Is monoculture worth the negative impacts on the environment? Overall, adapting new automation within farming practices can generate higher profits for farmers and increase food production rapidly, though in some cases it can impair the well-being of humans and animals. To enhance food production on farms without harming humans or animals, farmers can limit the number of GMOs they nurture to reduce the harm they impose on animals and humans, while also condensing farmer participation in factory farming. In my opinion, I believe that introducing technology in traditional farming practices is crucial in order to enhance food production and aid farmers in achieving a profit they deserve. As I stand against the negative impacts some of these new farming practices impose on humans and animals, I've become more attentive at grocery stores to see where the food originates from, and I have altered my diet to more of a vegetarian lifestyle. With the knowledge I've obtained throughout the duration of my ISU, I've had the ability to spread awareness on this issue to my family, friends, and now my classmates, who I hope now understand the greatness and undesirable things advancements in technology can bring to our world.